An advertising campaign so helplessly woke and absurd, but I'm convinced it was designed specifically to irritate me. The marketing team at HSBC commissioned a children's author to rewrite 3 classic fairy tales. You might well think that's an unusual thing for a bank to do. At this point, I've already lost track really of exactly why the bank is rewriting fairy tales or what any of it has got to do with gender stereotypes.
Ever seen a bank try to rewrite fairy tales? HSBC just did, and Piers Morgan's not having it. He's calling out their new ad campaign as helplessly woke. But here's the real story. It's not just about princesses becoming CEOs. It's about a bank trying to cover up some serious dirt. Want to know what's really going on behind this fairy tale facade? Now, imagine a world where Cinderella doesn't need a prince. She needs a business loan. Sounds bizarre, right? Well, HSBC just went there. They're mixing finance with fantasy in a way that's got everyone talking, and not necessarily in a good way. You might be wondering, what do fairy tales have to do with your money? HSBC's latest move is stranger than fiction. They've launched a campaign called Fairer Tales, and it's exactly what it sounds like.
The book called Fairer Tales reimagines Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and Rapunzel as successful businesswomen. Marketing geniuses decided to pay tennis player Emma Raducanu to read the stories, for reasons which remain unclear. This is how it went.
My name's Emma, and this is Ace. We have a fantastic story for you today.
Ace, where have you been? The boys and girls are here and they're waiting to hear the 3 tales about money.
They're rewriting classic stories, but with a twist that's got people scratching their heads. Picture this: Cinderella as a CEO, Sleeping Beauty as a startup founder, and Rapunzel as a real estate mogul. HSBC's not just changing the endings, they're flipping the whole script. And who's the face of this fairy tale makeover? None other than tennis star Emma Raducanu. But here's the thing, HSBC isn't Disney. They're a bank with a history that's anything but a fairy tale. While they're busy reimagining bedtime stories, their real-world story is a bit more complicated. We're talking about a bank that's faced some serious accusations like money laundering. Not exactly the stuff of dreams, is it? And let's talk about that glass ceiling they're so eager to shatter in their stories. HSBC's own board? It's still mostly men calling the shots. It's like they're telling us to dream big while their own house isn't quite in order.
It's hard to believe, but the tennis ball exchanging hilarious banter with Emma Raducanu in the video is not real. It's CGI, and believe it or not, Emma is a tennis player, not an actor.
Thanks to our princesses, Ace has learnt some new money skills. Maybe you'll buy a tower one day, or set up your own shoe business, or any business you want. Now that you've learned how to save and spend money, you can do anything.
She's certainly never needed any men, as far as we know, to get where she is today, except, well, a father, of course, who manages her career and, well, fathered her.
So why is HSBC suddenly so interested in female empowerment? Is it a genuine push for change or just another marketing ploy? They're not the first company to jump on the woke bandwagon, but they might be one of the most unexpected. This campaign isn't just about selling bank accounts. It's about selling an idea. HSBC wants you to see them as champions of change, as the bank that believes in your dreams. But is that really the role of a financial institution? Should we be looking to our banks for life lessons and inspiration? The Fairer Tales book they're promoting is meant to challenge stereotypes. That's a noble goal, no doubt. But when it comes from a bank with its own set of issues, it raises some eyebrows. It's like your uncle who never finished high school suddenly giving you career advice. Sure, he means well, but is he really the best source? And let's not forget about Emma Raducanu. She's a tennis phenom, no doubt about it. But does her success story really align with HSBC's fairy tale makeover?
It turns out the chairman, chief executive, and chief financial officer on HSBC's board of directors are all men too. But as a man, let me just offer Miss Raducanu some advice. I think she's great. And when she won the US Open, it was amazing. But she hasn't won a shoebox since then.
Last time we checked, she didn't need a business loan to win the US Open. Her tale of hard work and athletic prowess seems a bit at odds with these reimagined princesses turned business moguls. This whole campaign begs the question, what's HSBC's endgame here? Are they truly invested in changing societal norms? Or is this just a clever way to appeal to a younger, more socially conscious customer base? It's a fine line between empowerment and exploitation, and HSBC is walking it with their corporate branded glass slippers. Just when HSBC thought they had their fairy tale ending, Piers Morgan showed up with a plot twist. He's not buying their story of empowerment and independence. What's his beef with HSBC's campaign, and why is it causing such a stir? The answer might make you rethink those childhood bedtime stories. Piers Morgan isn't exactly known for pulling punches, but his takedown of HSBC's Fairer Tales campaign, it's a whole new level of critique. He's not just poking holes in their story, he's rewriting the entire narrative. Morgan's main issue?
HSBC is a massive international, bank that has frequently been accused of things like money laundering. It was accused of money laundering for Mexican drug cartel. This is basically an attempt at kind of pinkwashing. It's saying, don't look at all the terrible things that we've been embroiled in over the last several decades. Don't look at the fact that we're basically trying to undermine democracy by telling you.
We should be more concerned with why a bank or any business feels the need to actually do this. I don't remember asking HSBC what they think about fairy tales or women in business or anything like that. Why can't they just be a business?
The disconnect between HSBC's fantasy world and the harsh realities of the banking industry. He's calling out what he sees as a blatant attempt to distract from the bank's real-world problems. It's like trying to cover up a bad play with a flashy halftime show. It might look good, but it doesn't change the score. But wait, there's more. Morgan's got a bone to pick with how HSBC is using Emma Raducanu in this campaign. He points out that Raducanu, the face of their female empowerment message, has actually benefited from male support throughout her career. Her father, her coaches, they've all played crucial roles in her success. Morgan's not discrediting Raducanu's achievements, but he's calling foul on HSBC's oversimplified narrative. It's like watching a highlight reel that only shows the winning shots, without any of the assists or teamwork that made them possible. Morgan's saying, hey, let's show the whole game here. But Morgan's critique goes beyond just this one ad. He's taking aim at the bigger issue of woke washing in corporate marketing. When companies try to score points by jumping on social issues without really backing it up with action. Morgan's not buying it. He's saying this kind of marketing isn't going to achieve what these companies think it will. Think about it like this. It's as if a team started wearing jerseys supporting a cause, but their actual gameplay didn't change at all. Fans see through that kind of thing pretty quick. Morgan raises an interesting question. Why do businesses feel the need to lecture us or take political positions anyway? It's like if your favorite player suddenly started giving financial advice during post-game interviews. Sure, they might have some insights, but is that really what we're here for? This whole situation brings up a bigger issue in the world of marketing and business. It's not just about HSBC or even banks in general. It's about how companies are trying to connect with customers in an age where people expect more than just products or services. They want values, they want purpose. But Morgan's pointing out that if those values don't match up with reality, it can backfire big time. It's like when a player talks a big game but can't back it up on the court. Fans don't just get disappointed, they lose trust. Companies are playing a dangerous game, but they might be using the wrong playbook. You know how a fake pass can backfire. That's what's happening in marketing right now. What's the winning strategy? It might surprise you. Think about your favorite sports moments. The buzzer beater that clinched the championship. The underdog team that defied all odds. The comeback that had you on the edge of your seat. Now imagine if those moments were all staged. Not so thrilling anymore, right? That's the problem we're facing with companies like HSBC trying to score points with social issues. They're running plays that look good on paper, but they're not connecting with the fans. I mean, customers. So what do people really want from companies? It's pretty simple. Authenticity. Just like in sports, fans want to see real effort, genuine passion, and actual results. They're not looking for fancy footwork or flashy moves. They want substance. Let's break it down. When a player steps onto the court, you can tell if they're giving it their all or just going through the motions. The same goes for companies. Customers can sense when a company's message is genuine or if it's just a marketing ploy. Take Nike's Just Do It campaign. It works because it's not just a slogan, it's a philosophy that runs through everything they do, from their product development to their athlete partnerships. Nike walks the talk. That's the kind of alignment people are looking for. On the flip side, when companies try to jump on social issues without backing it up with action, it's like a player talking trash but not delivering on the court. Nobody likes that guy, right? Here's the thing, effective marketing isn't about telling people what they want to hear. It's about showing them what you stand for through your actions. It's like a team that doesn't just wear pink jerseys for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but actually contributes to research and supports patients all year round. Companies need to realize that customers today are like savvy sports fans. They're not just watching the game, game, they're analyzing the plays, checking the stats, and calling out the fouls. They want transparency, consistency, and real impact. So what does this mean for businesses? It means they need to focus on their fundamentals. Just like a great player works on their skills day in and day out, companies need to consistently live up to their values. It's not about making grand gestures or rewriting fairy tales. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one's watching. Think about the companies you really admire. Chances are they're not the ones shouting the loudest about how great they are. They're the ones quietly making a difference, treating their employees well, and delivering quality products or services. That's what builds true fan loyalty. So what's the big deal about HSBC's ad? It's not just about one bank trying to score some PR points. This is about calling out fake plays when we see them, no matter who's making them. Here's the thing, companies are trying to win us over by talking about social issues, but are they really in the game or just pretending to play? That's what we need to figure out. Next time you see an ad that's trying to tug at your heartstrings or make you feel all warm and fuzzy about a company, take a closer look. Are they backing up their words with real action, or is it just a fancy marketing trick? Remember, in sports and in business, it's not about who talks the biggest game. It's about who actually shows up and delivers when it counts.